Hey, what's good? It's your girl Pico over here in Singapore. I just want to call in and check on y'all. It is Monday night for me, and yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I was off today. Baby girl wasn't feeling so good today, so I kept her home with me, and we kind of, hung out a little bit. Went to explore and get some errands done this morning. Got that all knocked out the way by about 11:30, and then let's see what else. And then we came home and I cooked. So she got to watch, I think she did like a Monster High marathon while I cooked and did laundry and listened to a lecture for my class. Got a lot done. I feel like I got a lot done, but then I also feel like I didn't get a lot done. The momentum was really, really fast this morning up until I finished cooking. And then after that, I was out of it. My body isn't feeling up to it today. I worked out in between, cooking and laundry and whatever else, just, because I'm standing around waiting for the food to cook, right? So I dropped and did push-ups, I did squats, I did lunges, I did calf raises, I did all kinds of stuff, like in between, just little bits of here and then, like 20 reps of each, just to keep me going, because I wasn't feeling good. And sometimes, I don't know about y'all, sometimes when I feel like my body isn't up to the task, I feel like punishing it a little bit, and then somehow like the energy comes. I don't know what it is, the endorphins or what, but somehow after a workout, like a hard workout, I feel better. It's really strange. Like even if my body's aches and pains or whatever, if Aunt Flo's in town and I'm just not feeling it, working out will like kind of boost whatever my energy level is for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't know how. It just does. But the trick is getting me to do what I need to do. And that's where the topic tonight comes into play. One of my favorite books, it totally pissed me off, it was very, very easy read, is by Jeff Olson. And the reason it pissed me off is because this is stuff I knew, and the way he put it kind of like slapped me in the face and was like, you're dumb. You know this, why aren't you doing it? So basically, the whole premise is, you know what you need to do. The problem with that is, it's easy to do those things, but it's just as easy not to do them. So unfortunately for us, we are creatures of habit, right? So if you make a habit of not doing things and putting them off, obviously from the outside world, you're seen as lazy, but it also becomes one of those things where to fight your mind and do what you know you have to do, like to pull yourself off of that couch, that first little bit of momentum is so, so difficult. And the more you make it a habit not to do it and to put it off, the worse it gets. The more momentum it gets. It's almost like your tolerance goes up. And the harder it is for you to get up off that couch and go do stuff. For a long time, I was a night owl. I mean, and I still am. I'm not going to lie. I'm still a night owl. I stay up all night long if I could. But lately, I mean, since baby girl was born, I've been pushing myself to get up early because I had to go to work, because I had to get up and get, the kids dressed for school, drop Aaliyah off at primary school, drop Aaron off at middle school at the time, and then eventually it was like, upper primary and high school for the two of them. So I've always had to get up and get the house settled before I can go and do my work, right? So in that regard, what I realized was the earlier I get up, the more hours of daylight I have, and the more opportunity I have to get my work done. This is actually a concept that was taught to me a million years ago, back when I was living in Australia with my dad's youngest brother, Jay Jitapa, and his two sons. So the two families lived under one roof. It was really, really awesome to grow up with your cousins and stuff. And one of the rules in the house was we had to get up in the morning and we had to do yoga. Before we got up and had breakfast and got ready for school, we needed to do yoga. And I hated it. But you know what? The whole theory behind making us do those things was to teach us that the earlier you get up, the more time you have in the day. The earlier you get up, the better it is for your health, because what ends up happening is once you get up and brush your teeth or drink that first cup of water, your digestive juices start flowing. So then you are forced to eat on time. Imagine this, if you will, all right? Typical weekend or whatever, you went out with the boys the night before, you went and drank and, hung out and partied till dawn, whatever, got back home at 5 o'clock in the morning and went to sleep. What time do you wake up usually? If you go to bed at 5 in the morning, what time do you think you wake up? You'd be lucky if you wake up around noon. Lucky. Most times it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now let's think about this, okay? 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon means what time do you eat breakfast? Do you eat lunch? Does that become like a lunch-dinner combination at that point? So then that means you actually got in 2 meals that day. You slept a whole bunch, but you didn't get anything done either because let's think about this. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What are you going to feel like doing the rest of the day? Nothing. Not a damn thing because you're still actually groggy. I'll tell you this. I can't take full-on naps in the afternoon. I used to be able to sleep at all hours of the day. I could fall asleep anywhere, anytime, any place, under any circumstances. And now I could still do it, but it will give me a headache if I sleep too long during the day. If I wake up early in the morning, like if I wake up like 5:30, 6 o'clock or whatever, I'm better off staying up the whole day until I go to bed at night. Because if I try and take a nap, it has to be early. It has to be close to noon. If I take a nap anywhere close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon and after that, I'm done. I'm fucked because I will be up all night long. Like as it is, I don't need a lot of help. I stay up all night anyway. But if I'm not careful and I mess around and I take a nap, I'm done. It's done. So the slight edge is a theory that says that it's a tiny, tiny, tiny difference between the go-getters and the people that sit on the couch all day long and don't get anything accomplished. It's a very tiny difference. And that's in the daily habits. Their daily habits. You all know what you need to go get done. I know what I need to go get done. And there's plenty of stuff I've procrastinated on today. I'm not going to name it because I feel really dumb about it. But yeah, suffice it to say, I got a lot done, but there's still more I could have done. I just slowed the heck down after cooking. And I think part of it is because you stand in front of that gas stove and that heat. There is no air in my kitchen. Even the vent will suck out the smoke or whatever, but it won't actually circulate air anywhere. So it doesn't do me any good because I'm just sweating to death anyway. And I think once I was done with that, I was just exhausted. I was drained. But I could have very easily said, you know what, let's just watch movies all day. I could have very easily said that. I could have very easily said, you know what, I don't feel like doing laundry today. I don't have to do it. I still have some uniforms of yours left from last week, so we'll make do until I absolutely, absolutely have to. I could have said that, but I didn't, because as easy as it is to push it off to the next day, it's that easy to get up and go do it. And honestly, with the amount of technology you have, you've heard me say this before, leverage all your technology. I mean, let's look at this, okay? I'm not a genius by any means, but I do know how to make things work for me. I know that if I take 5 minutes and sort my laundry and put it in the washing machine is going to do the rest of the work for me. I just have to wait for that little chime at the end that says, hey, I'm done. You can unload me and hang all clothes out to dry. I know for a fact that it takes me an hour and a half to finish one lecture. Now, if I have to stand by the stove and cook anyway, and I'm not doing anything, I'm not talking to anybody, I'm not listening to music, or I mean, I could be listening to music, but at that same token, I could be listening to a lecture as well. I could be absorbing whatever information I need to absorb to complete my class. So that's what I did. I put the laundry in, I started cooking, and while I was cooking, I had the laptop set up in the kitchen, and I'm listening to the lecture. No, I can't write down notes, and that's cool, but I'm listening to the lecture. It's working. I'm leveraging all the machines in my house. There are times where I will open up 10 tabs at once because I'm behind on downloading and transferring over to SoundCloud. I will open 10 tabs at once for my audio extractor and extract all the audios that I need to. Okay, so they're all downloading at the same time while I'm doing something else. Why not? Why stick to one thing at a time if you could do multiple things well at the same time? If you organize your day and you organize your chores in such a way that, you know, you're leveraging as much technology as you can get a whole lot more done than you thought. Really. I used to complain about folding laundry. Oh my God, it was the biggest chore ever when we were kids. You're like, oh my God, we gotta do laundry and we gotta go wash the bathtub. Are you kidding me? Like all these dumb things, right? But sooner or later we realize that if we have something we're doing at the same time as those things, like laundry is not like, it's not like something you really need to pay attention to, right? To fold laundry. You could watch a movie and fold laundry. And that's what we ended up doing. we'd watch a movie. We would, the three of us, me and my two brothers, would sit down and watch a movie. We'd pick, I don't know, the Three Ninjas or Surf. We were into ninjas back then. Surf Ninjas, the Power Rangers movie, Mortal Kombat. It could be anything. We'd sit there and watch those movies and fold the laundry. And you know what? A mountain of laundry would be folded and piled up within a matter of 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes of the movie, we were done with the laundry. So we'd pause the movie, go put everything away, and then come listen and, relax and enjoy the movie pretty much. It's possible. You're capable. There is enough time. You think about this, all right? Steve Jobs had the same 24 hours you do. Beyonce has the same 24 hours you do. Tupac had the same 24 hours you do. Who else is? Albert Einstein. I mean, the list could go on. Rihanna. Richard Branson. Gary Vaynerchuk. The man himself. I mean, if you've watched any of the Daily V's or the Gary V show or the Gary V audio experience, any of those things, if you've listened to anything that he said, you know for a damn fact that this man can have 10 meetings in a matter of an hour and a half. And they're all 10-minute meetings. They're all phone calls and, he's walking and talking and meeting with people. I mean, that man does not stop. But look how much he accomplishes. First of all, yes, he has an amazing team behind him. Yes, he's surrounded himself with the kind of talent that I would want to surround myself with. People that are smarter than him in different aspects of the business. He's like the mastermind behind everything, but then the wheels turn very well on their own as well because there's an individual in charge of each wheel that knows their job very, very well. D-Rock is amazing. Whoever does his scheduling for him, oh my God, amazing. Because guess what? For him to have back-to-back calls while he's driving, while he's going from here to there, while he's in the air, oh my gosh, the amount of things he can do leveraging technology is freaking amazing. So you know what? I have no damn excuse. Yes, he has a team behind him. No, I don't have a team behind me. But you know what? What's to say I couldn't arrange all these things myself? I used to sit there and get frustrated and be like, oh my God, I have to make this phone call and that phone call. I would spend more time thinking about making the phone call than actually making the damn phone call. And guess what? The phone calls take like 5 to 10 minutes. It's almost like Pinterest. Pinterest is a time suck for all of us women. I don't know if you know what Pinterest is or if you're, a member or whatever, but we could daydream all day on Pinterest. I could have 10,000 workouts just browsing on Pinterest. But you know what? If I actually put my mind to it, I could have worked out using the inspiration from Pinterest for as much time as I've spent just looking through stuff. We just don't want to do those things. We just don't want to commit to doing anything. That's all it is. Because if you did it the other way around, guess what? You'd get all kinds of mileage. You'd get all kinds of stuff done. I know, I've done it. I did it today. The first half of the day, freaking amazing. I had to go all the way down to, where the hell was I? All the way down to Red Hill, okay? Which is, I had to take a bus and 2 trains to get to Red Hill. Just for a 20-minute conversation. But I knew I needed to go down there in person because if I freaking called them, they would tell me, oh no, you need this, you need that, you need it, whatever else. I tried to do it online twice, and it told me I was already registered. But when the email came back, it said I wasn't registered. So you know what? I was like, cut the crap. I'm going to go down there in person and get this shit sorted out. I got that done. I was out of the house this morning by, I expected to leave the house by like 8:15. But because baby girl at the last minute decided she just was not feeling it and she didn't want to go to school. And I was home. I didn't mind spending time with her. I figured, what the hell? It's all right. But you know what? Once she decided and once I kind of had that pressure off of me to, get downstairs and get to the bus and drop her off on time and everything, my body took over and I took a nap. I fell asleep because I was up super early this morning and I was up super late last night. I fell asleep for about 45 minutes. That's all I needed because after that I had energy. I got up and I got everything else done, came back and cooked and cleaned and, laundry and the lectures and everything. I got all that done. And I still had time left over because I took another nap this afternoon. I could not keep my eyes open. My body is kicking my ass at the moment. I have a migraine right here talking to you. I want to go to sleep badly, but I know I have miles to go before I can rest. I know I have stuff I need to do. And you know what? At some point, I will say, you know what? Nah, is enough. Enough is enough because half-ass work is not worth it. But the point is, you can do it. You just have to decide. It is the slight edge. It's easy to do those things, just as easy as it is to push it off to tomorrow. But y'all know as well as I do, tomorrow never comes. Suddenly you wake up and it's today. It's not tomorrow no more. It's today. Tomorrow is a fantasy. Tomorrow is that magical place where everyone gets everything done. It doesn't exist, you guys. Come on. Get stuff done. Get her done. Knock it off your list. Finish it up. Stop rolling things over to the next day. I'll give you one last example before I close up. I was at work yesterday at the East Coast office. I sat down with my boss and we went over the pitch deck. And once we were done, because that particular office doesn't have Wi-Fi, I wasn't able to send her, email her the pitch deck so she could add in those last 2 slides. And then there was the matter of our Facebook ad for our workshops. I needed to change something on the workshop Facebook ad and then send out a message in our WhatsApp group to make sure that the drip email was adjusted as well. When I got home, for some reason, my computer did not want to do anything correctly. It was getting stuck every 5 seconds, so I kept turning it off and kept turning it back on, and I'd rest it and wait for a little while and keep turning it back on. And before long, my day caught up with me, and I almost forgot to email her that PowerPoint presentation. Now, the way I see it, it is my responsibility to do my work, and once I'm done with my work, I need to give it to the next person to do so it doesn't get stuck anywhere along the way. I don't want anything to be stalled because it was my fault I didn't give it to you. So the best thing I can do is make sure that I hand it off to the next person so that they can run their part of the race. I suddenly remembered, oh my God, I haven't sent this thing. And I was like, yeah, but it's not a big deal. I can go ahead and wait till later and do it. And I did. I waited for a little while. And then it kicked me again. And I was like, you know what? Shit. If I don't give her enough time to do what she needs to do before we have this meeting on Tuesday, it's going to be my fault that we did not or failed to comply with the homework that was given to us. Okay? Hope that makes sense. The next part of that was to adjust the Facebook ad and then to get that message out to adjust the drip. Now, the best strategy for me was to adjust the Facebook ad on my own first because I do have the power to do that. I cannot adjust the drip email because that's not within my hands. But there's no point in sending that message for them to adjust the drip if I don't adjust the ad first. Honestly, it took all of 10 minutes. But I was pushing it off because I was on some other train of thought and I was trying to get other stuff done, which is fine. But honestly, if I had just finished those things and handed it off to the next team, that's one less thing I need to worry about. Guess what? I should have done it yesterday and it would have taken 10 minutes. It still did take 10 minutes, but I didn't do it until this morning before I left my house to go do that Red Hill appointment. But do you know what pushed me to do it before I left? Because I realized that if I didn't do it before I left, by the time I came home, it would be at least lunchtime. I'd have to feed the baby. I'd have to do a couple other things around the house. And God knows if I would remember to do that until later on. And then that would be a whole nother day that I would have lost if I had just waited. So I went ahead and pushed myself to do it before I left. Because then, while I'm gone doing something else, that other team can be working on whatever it is they need to be working on. Because they have several people working on that team. This is just me otherwise. Does that make sense? It would have been really easy to push it off. But it really, I understood what time, the value of the time was. If I left, it takes me an hour to get to Red Hill, 20 minutes to sit down and talk to these people, an hour to get back here, and then by that time she's going to be hungry. There's going to be other things I need to do. The slight edge is a very, very simple concept, as irritating as it is. If you get a chance, please read that book. It's a very easy read. It will make you feel like crap because you know this stuff. You know it's easy to do that stuff. I just don't feel like doing it. It's basically the audible that runs in your head, right? Come on, you guys. Let's make a commitment to get more done. We have a couple more months before the end of the month. I mean, the end of the year, I'm sorry. Tomorrow is the 31st of October. This is the end of October. What have you got to show for yourselves for October? Because that's the first month of the fourth quarter. This is it. This is the last part of the game this year. Now, November, I need to make some major moves. And I'm excited. I want to get it all done now, but then I have other obligations. I have other things I need to get done as well. And then it just depends on how I feel. Excuse me. And how baby girl feels and, whatever the curveballs God feels like throwing at me. I'm a seriously emotional creature. If I get upset by a conversation or a lack of a conversation, it will consume my mind for hours on end, which pisses me off because I could be doing other things and I know this. I know this. While I'm obsessing about something, I know I could be doing other things. And I will try for a little bit, but somehow or another, I will pull myself back to like obsessing about whatever it was. It's really dumb. I know you all go through it. If I go through it, I know you all go through it. Come on, let's make this commitment. Let's just get it done. Let's just push ourselves to get it done. It feels good, doesn't it, when we cross stuff off? Once we start getting that momentum, it's just that first little bit of momentum. It's so damn hard. That first step is a doozy. We got this, though. Come on, we could do this. We could do this. Totally do this. Can we try? You want to try with me? Let's see if I can get a lot done. Like action-wise done. Let's just not talk about this stuff. Let's do it. What do you think? Alright. My rant is over. I'm not trying to beat y'all up about this stuff. I'm mad at myself. That's why I'm ranting. Okay? So, I will catch you guys tomorrow. It is a regular day of work. I have office work and then I have a meeting at Growth Tribe and then it's back to, pick-up duty and dinner duty and homework and bedtime stories and all that stuff. So, yeah. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed evening and, yeah. Think about what I said. Try and get some stuff done. And it's usually the first task that's the hardest. After that, you're like, okay, I did it. What else? What else can I get done? Yeah? All right, y'all. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.